Hi, Beck Ann here. Thanks for stopping by my channel, Beck and Sam Crafting Fun, to see what I was up to. Well, I am still in love with bunnies, you guys, and I want to make some cards, do some watercolor, and I want to get rid of some scraps. So that's my goal. Do you need some inspiration like that to get rid of scraps and use some old stamps? Well, this is the day to watch this video because I am going to do 3 kinds of watercolor using different watercolor methods and then some scrappiness to boot. So let's get started. I have this adorable stamp. And you saw it was from 1994, so use it or lose it, right? You got to use what you have. And yes, I love to buy new, but use all the things. So I am showing you, you will see little snippets of all my watercoloring. This first watercolor technique is using watercolor markers. And here I am applying the ink directly to the watercolor paper. And that technique, when you do that, you're going to get dark, vibrant color. Now, I had to try and knock it back, but I do love how dark it is. So if you don't have those watercolor markers, it's okay. That's why I'm showing you this today. And if you're one of those people that says, I've never watercolored, I don't think I have the patience for it. Yes, you can, because watercolor pencils is where I started. It's very easy. You see, I have a set of old watercolor pencils, and that's what I'm using here. I just got them at Hobby Lobby. And you simply just scribble and blend the water. So that's what I did with that one. Now, I'm showing you my favorite technique. I love to watercolor with ink. It is the most fun for me because I feel like I'm using a marker when I do it. For some reason, it's my favorite. Now here is all 3 of them. And they all look a little different. But that one, the third one, of course, is my favorite because I used my inks. Now, for the 4th bunny, I want to do some paper piecing. I enjoy this. I take my scraps and will stamp directly on my paper and then cut out the pieces and piece it in. So that's what you're seeing me do for the 4th card. And it's a great way to use some scraps, right? So that's how I'll do the 4th one, a paper piece. So now I am taking all of them. I used some dies to cut them out. And there, I need to get that cutie patootie adhered to the card focal point die cut. So now what? I've got these done. Now I want to show you how I take my scraps and make 4 very different cards, all A2, which is my favorite size. Now I am someone who doesn't like lots and lots of white space. I like to give a little bit of texture and color around my focal point. So I used those Judith stamps. For this one, I made some ground. Now this, it's funny here. I had planned to use the very first little bunny, but look, when I finished it, I changed it. So that's actually the 3rd bunny that I watercolored. But isn't that fun? And that die cut of the green is fabric paper, you guys. And I just took a flower die cut and cut that out, and it added a nice touch. Now, the 2nd card, I'm going to be using the little blue bunny. And I had some pretty big scraps, and I started matching colors. I wanted to match the colors in the flowers. So I'm going to be bringing the pinks and the blues out, and I had a scrap of blue wood grain paper, which was really fun because it does bring a different element to the card, having a wood grain with the flowers and the ruffled eye. So it is good to like sometimes turn your paper scraps to give more interest, and that's what I do for this one. Now this particular card, you guys, I love craft roulette, and that's what I did with this. This is my craft roulette card for the current episode. And we had to have amusement park colors, an A2 card, JD, which is Mary Gunn's grandson. I'm sure he'd be cuddling that cute little bunny. What do you think? Isn't that cute? So that will be my craft roulette card. Now, the last one. I struggled with this a little bit. Oh, no, I have two to do. I'm sorry. So, for my second card, this was really fun. I had that dark green, and you know I love my little lace. So, I'm going to use the dark green polka dots as my background, and I want to use some ribbon that I never ever use, you guys. I never use this green ribbon, but it matched this paper perfectly, and you'll see why I use it in just a second. But I'm going to put a little lace. That ribbon, I got that from Stampin' Up! Several years ago, and I just have to force myself to use it. Well, I'll be using it when I make my little prim heart carrots. Look how perfect that is. So I'm going to be having those come down the side of the card, and I'm going to use a little liquid stitch. And while I do that, I would love for you to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope I'm bringing you inspiration so that you get ideas, or if you are in that place where you cannot craft today, I hope today this makes you smile. I know there have been times in my life where I'm not able to craft, either emotionally or physically. I can't craft, and I get joy of watching others. So I hope this makes you smile. But is that not the cutest little card? And I have this old Stampin' Up! Stamp that says you're somebody special. And you guys, you are. So, last card. Now I'm doing the last card. This one here. That I love paper piecing, but I really struggled with this. I want this to be a baby card. You know, it is a week. In a week we'll be having Easter, and this is going to be my Satmorn Makes, and I want everybody to have a very blessed Easter and remember why we celebrate it. I know I love spring and I love my bunnies, but Easter is really about Jesus and what he did for us. So I hope that that you all have a very blessed Easter. And as we talk about Easter, we also have to celebrate that we bring, beautiful children come into this world. And so this here is a little baby card saying, "Welcome to the world." So I'm going to be bringing all four cards back in for you to see again. Do you like how I did that little bit of lace on the sides? Let me know what you think. I used a border punch by Stampin' Up, and I had to do it like 4 times before I got it right. So that was my last card, and here's my third card. And then my second card for Craft Roulette and my first card. So let me know which one's your favorite. And this is going to be a Satmore Makes hosted by Jillian Norwood. We just share what we make, you guys. So I hope you are getting crafty. So until next time, I hope you are having a great crafty day, and I will see you soon. Many blessings to you all. Bye for now.